weather out here in Dallas, Texas, man, but I still got the drive to get this shit done, GSD. So I got a legend, man, right here again. George Lopez, you know what I'm saying? One of the founders of Dirty South Riders, DSR, a legendary group out here in Texas, man. So I got so many questions. It's just like the soundtrack of my high school. This guy is like pretty much responsible my high school years, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much all I listened to. Influenced so many people in Texas with that manhole love, just that whole Swisha House, extending that Texas culture. You know, DSR definitely set the standard for those freestyles back in the day. So this is something that I'm definitely excited about. This is one of the first interviews I also done where I didn't have a personal relationship with the person. So I think that calls for, you know, more interesting questions, because it's like a lot of things I'm genuinely interested in that I did not know. So this is going to be a big deal, man. This is George Lopez on the driver's seat today.
Crazy, a few years later, I got OG for the ticket. BC, big business, no more losing, cause we winning. Got a vision, but then turn out playing. I'm working to do better, doing the best that I can. Believing I'm a hold on, never fold on. It's 105 still cold. Gotta do something different, the same shit,
G-Lo, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I got you on the driver's seat. How'd you even get started doing music and shit, bro? Like, what even got you in the game?
Man, my uncle was a DJ in the late 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And we used to go to my grandma's house every Sunday and just hang at my grandma's house. And he had his DJ room in the back.
Yeah.
And so he had his little black light. You know, he had all his glow-in-the-dark posters, strobe light, speakers next to his bed, his turntables, everything.
Yeah.
Records just grooving, bro. Some funk, you know, Parliament,
yeah, okay,
Rick James, all the old school stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I was like amazed, man. And
Yeah.
I was the oldest, you know, out of all his nephews. I was the oldest, so he would just let me sit in there and just vibe with him. You know what I'm saying? He was just mixing, practicing his mix, because he had a DJ club that Friday or Saturday, so he was always practicing. So he knew that I liked it, so he started showing me, okay, this is a record. This is how you clean the record. This is how you put it on there. This is how you mix and transitions and everything.
Man,
so he started
vinyl.
Man, so you know, we're doing vinyl.
Yeah.
You know, this is you're talking about 1981. You know,
okay.
1980.
Yeah, the
you know what
beginning
I'm saying?
of the shit.
I'm like 9, 10 years old. I'm like freaking out, like whoa.
Damn.
So I'm I'm going to all his little, you know, weddings and 15s. He's DJing. I couldn't go to the clubs.
Yeah.
So I'll try to go to every event he was DJing at. And in '83, we moved out of our neighborhood, which is the Vadio right behind Comstock.
Okay.
That's the old Vadio in PG. So we moved out of that neighborhood and moved over about Pleasant Oaks, close to the bazaar.
Yeah.
And in '83, we moved over there. So I met this other cat. The first cat I met, his name was Freddie Martinez. So in '83, when I moved into the new neighborhood, I met this guy named Freddie Martinez, and he was a disc jockey.
Yeah.
He was doing all these 15s, parties, weddings, everything, man. He was doing all these bad parties, bro.
Yeah.
And high school parties, of course. He was 2 years older than me. So when I was 13, he was probably already 15 already.
Yeah.
So, you know, he knew I wanted to DJ, and here he had his equipment. So I would go with him. We became friends, you know, there in Pleasant Grove. So my Christmas year, I told my dad, I said, for Christmas, I want some Technique 1200s, which is the best turntables you can get.
Yeah.
Everybody in New York had them, everybody in LA and Miami had them.
Yeah.
So he didn't have none. We had some pioneers that me and him were working with at the time, and Newmarks and stuff like that. So Christmas time came, I got my present, you know what I'm saying? I got my two Technique 1200s came in the mail.
Oh, that's dope.
So we were like, look, man, let's become partners, man. I got these turntables. We started doing parties together. He started showing me some game, whatever I didn't know, and we just went like that. We started DJing all these parties.
And it's the beginning of
It's the
hip-hop.
beginning, bro.
Like,
It's
you
the
was
beginning.
right there with the hip.
Yeah, all that. Sugar Hill Gang,
Yeah.
Curtis Blow, Fat Boys, LL. I mean, Run DMC. We were jamming all that. Uncle Luke, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, before it was Uncle Luke, it was Two Live Crew. You know what I'm saying? So we were jamming all that stuff. So
damn, so you was there from the beginning
Man,
of hip-hop.
music,
You're a
bro.
real hip-hop historian.
Exactly. So people don't understand, man. I wasn't just a CEO or a retailer, man. I started in the music business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from a disc jockey playing country music to old school, to Tejano, to rap, to everything. I mean, it wasn't even really rap back then. Rap was just at the beginning. It was just starting, but I was doing the funk, which is the Rick James, the Tina Marie, the Parliament, you know, saying the good stuff, man.
Damn,
the Latin hip hop.
You seen it all.
I seen it all, man.
So you just a real music head. It's not even just, you know what I'm saying, for the money or nothing like that. Nah, you started off.
It was never for the money, bro.
Yeah,
never
you started loving it.
Yeah, because you know that that was what 83 through whatever. So I was working part-time jobs all through high school, you know what I'm saying? Because I always wanted to make money, because I wanted to continue to be in the music business, not just DJing, but I had lights and everything, man. So invested in the DJing was one thing, but then I wanted to have my own business. So in '94, I ended up saving enough money to open up T-Town Music. Okay. You know what I'm saying, in '94. So I was still DJing, working part-time, and running the shop in Pleasant Grove. Damn. So I was, you know, put my in the music industry, not just here to get a regular job. I already had a regular job. Yeah. This was because of my passion. You know, I love music, so I got to sell music and DJ music. So it just, you know, that was my whole thing in life, was just to be around music all my life. So that took off in '94. So '97, I believe, I think 96, 90, I think it was 96, 97, I ended up opening the other shop on Buckner, which was T-Town #2 on Buckner Boulevard. And that's when Pookie and Lucci came out, K-Rock came out, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to help promote those guys, because it's like those guys were doing big things. Pimpster was hot, the Rally Boys were hot, Cottonmouth and all of them. So it's like I'm starting telling everybody, like, yo, check out this local artist and this local artist. I'm pushing customers to buy this and that. You know, Nemesis, you know, that was the legends in Dallas. So Ron C, the trendsetter, those are legends. I'm schooling customers while they come in, like, yo, you got this? Well, you got, man, it's old, man. Do you have it? It don't matter if it's old, you have it. You need to get that before you get this. This is the new guys, this is the old guys.
Rally Boys.
So I'm going back and forth. Yes, I'm telling them about the Rally Boys before, and the Nemesis before they go buy the, you know, the new Pimpster,
big stuff,
and the new K-Rock and Pookie and Lucci, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting them to buy both, classics and that.
Was you the first one doing it at that time?
No, like, man. You know what? I look up to Mr. Blues, Maurice, in South Dallas. You know, he put me onto a lot of game in South Dallas, man. He's a legend. He passed away, R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? So he turned me on to a lot of the game.
So he got you the blueprint to even think to start the T-Town?
As a retailer, kinda, because I met him like right after I started the store. I was lost. Like the first year I was really lost, because all I knew was I wanted to sell CDs, but you know, getting to the next level as a retailer was, I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So I started hearing about these music industry events that were going on in Palm Springs and Vegas and Atlanta and Miami. I started going to these things. I started flying out there, going to these things. And then I started meeting different people. You know, I got to meet George Daniels, which is the legend in Chicago. He's the one who put, you know, of course, R. Kelly out in the forefront of Chicago. So, you know, so I started meeting these major retailers in the business. So they started giving me game. I started connecting phone numbers with these guys, and I would ask them questions, you know, saying, how do I get my music early? How can I get the artists to come by my shop? How can I get, you know, free promo for my store, like posters and flyers, or even, you know, at the time, you know, cassette singles to give away to customers when they buy a full album. You know, anything to bring the customers in, they were giving me the game. So, you know, I met another retail store here in Dallas, Cap at the Bomb. I met his brother Ed, you know, Ed Bell and Cat Bell. I met them at Big T, and we became real good friends, like family. So you know, I met them. I started networking with them. I met Henry Barnes at Wynwood Village, Sound City. So I'm networking with all the retailers. So all of a sudden, like, you know what? I need to become. I'm a mouth to retail. Let me create a coalition. Because I'm going to all these conferences and meeting all these retailers around the United States. So I'm starting getting phone numbers. Where store are you at? I'm in Queens, New York. Okay, boom. Let me get your number. Where you at? I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Youngstown, Ohio. I'm in Cleveland. I'm in Detroit. I'm in Chicago. So I'm writing down all these names and numbers. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna turn y'all on to what's hot in Dallas. Y'all turn me on what's in the Midwest and the East Coast and the West Coast. So I got a coalition going on. Man, we swapping out info to each other. I'm turning them on to Dallas music and Texas music. They turning me on to the Midwest and everything. So I'm on top of my shit. So.
And it's like 95.
Man, this is like 95, 96, 97, 98.
Okay.
So 98, the beginning of 98, 97, 98, I meet OG Ron C.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, man, I got this movement going on in Houston, man. We on the north side. We're not on the south side. You know, DJ Screw right there, south side, but we on the north side. We started our own thing called Swisha House, man. It's OG Ron C, Michael Watts, you know what I'm saying? And it was G-Dash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the three cats that started Swisha House. Like, man, we need to get our music out here, bro. We need you to help us push the music. We need to get that Dallas market. Dallas is a buying market.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we're like, shoot, let's do it. I said, bring me a couple hundred pieces. So he brought me like 50 of this, 50 that. He had all these titles. So we started flipping screw music. You know, chopped the screw. So people started buying it at our shop. We had my other shop on Bugner. I sent some to Cap at the Bomb.
And you the plug, so
man,
you can send it to everybody.
I'm plugging everybody else. I'm letting Detroit, Chicago know about this. They're like, whoa, what is this, man? It sounds weird. It's slowed down. I said, man, this is a thing that's hot in Texas, bro.
Yeah.
You heard of DJ Screw? Yeah, we heard of DJ Screw, but we just never really carried it. Like, okay, well, this is a Swisha House. Yeah. You know, go ahead, it's a little bit up tempo. It's a little bit faster than DJ Screw. DJ Screw more slow down. So they checked it out and they liked it. So all of a sudden, everybody's buying Swisha House from me, bro. So I'm carrying all the Swisha House. You know, all of a sudden, you know, Watts and OG like, man, we need to book these guys in Dallas, man. You know, we need in Fort Worth and surrounding cities. So I'm booking Swisha House, the old Spy Club in downtown Dallas, because I knew the owner. So like, yo, man, this is click, man. He's like, I've been hearing about him on the streets. That's why
So you were responsible for breaking Swisha House to Dallas,
pretty much, man. Pretty much, man. Because like I said, these guys were friends of mine and they had great music, so I wanted to turn them on to everybody, man. At the end of the day, they were gonna come back to my shop or Big T or whoever and buy these CDs. So it was like a family thing, man. We looking out for each other. Yeah, man. We look out for each other.
That's dope, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, in Houston, those are like the first family guys that I became family with was, you know, OG Ron C, G-Dash, and Michael Watts. Yeah. So we became real close, so we all making money together. Yeah. So that was that. I'm meeting all the artists, you know, Slim Thugs, 18 years old. Yeah. Committed in Paul Wall, they 15, 16 years old. Yeah. So I'm meeting all these cats, we booking shows. So I'm like, man, I'm intrigued with this, you know, music business. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I need to make a compilation, man. I know all these artists. So I made this first album called I-45. Yep. I-45 had the Desperados. Okay. Had Cotton. Had man, I can't even think of all the names. Bobo Luciano. Man, that's some classic stuff. Man, I remember Red Rum. You know what I'm saying? Had a bunch of local cats in Dallas that were hot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin Trinity's like, man, I want to help out too, man. You know, let me get in with you. So I'm like, shoot, let's form a label called T-Town Music. And we start putting in half and half on everything. So we put out I-45. We sold a little bit. We didn't sell too many. We think we sold like maybe 10,000, 20,000 CDs, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Because the plugs that we had with all the retails. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we like, man, we gotta do something bigger, bro. We gotta do something way bigger than this. So you know, we had a screw chop version by OG Ron C. We had the regular version, so we do them both ways. So we decided to drop another album. Yeah. Spend a little bit more money. We spent a lot more money. Yeah. So we made these posters, flyers, promoted it with all the retail stores, shipping stuff out. We made an album called North to the South. Yep. So that's when we got, I told Watts and I told OG, like, yo, man, I need to get some of your artists on my album. Like, what's up, man? I said, man, I need to hook up with them. So I called Slim. Slim's like, I'm on the album. I called Flip because I had already met Flip through Hump and Mary. They ran a label called Sucker Free. Yeah, yeah. And you know, Flip was like probably 19 years old, 18 years old, man. He was young. So I'm carrying all their stuff, trying to book shows for him too. So I'm already tied in with all the Houston cats, man.
You're doing a lot of favors for everybody.
A lot of favors for favors. They doing me favors, so it's like.
So at this time, when you doing the North to South and I-45, you didn't have no artists yet yourself.
No, I didn't have no artists. I had no artists.
You just know you wanted to like look out for everybody, spread music.
Man. Yeah. So I wanted to unite this thing, man, in the DFW Houston. Yeah. So I get them on the album. I got Camille and Paul Wall, Slim Thug. You know, I got all there, man, on the North to the South album. Yeah. I got Hulk, I got Big Pokey, I got Dallas and Houston's best. Yeah. So this album goes worldwide, man. Distribution everywhere. We sell over 250,000 copies of this album. I mean, we ghetto gold, you know what I'm saying? We ghetto gold. So we man, me and my cousin, we like, man, we love this stuff, man. We doing it now. Everybody's recognized who we are now. We're like, okay, who's these two Mexican cats? They running the city, man. They put music where we can't put music at. But see, I'm the type of person, I connect with everybody in our network. I'm thinking we can all make money together, bro. Let's make it happen. You got an artist in Chicago, send me their music. I'm gonna sing you this Dallas music. We're gonna just trade. We ain't gonna charge each other, we're just gonna trade.
And before that, like, how was music getting distributed in Dallas? Like,
well, the biggest distributor in Dallas was Big D.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was you had it was called was it called Big State? I think it was Big State or Big D. It was a distributor here in Dallas.
Okay.
Then you had Southwest Wholesale, which is in Houston, which is the biggest distributor in the South.
Okay.
So I had my albums at I-45 and at North to South over there at Southwest Wholesale and at Big State. It's called Big State. It was Big State.
Yeah.
So we distributing. Plus, I'm calling stores directly with the owners.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all this moving and moving.
It's saying like your stuff was more accessible than like most of the albums that came out before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Because it's like back then they just dropped an album and you just backpack it. You know what I'm saying? And try to flip it to whoever. Me, I was going to these music conferences, and your music conference, you talking about 200 retailers in one building.
Man.
For the weekend.
So
we get drunk on Friday, we party Saturday, Sunday, we get numbers, we hooking up with each other. You know what I'm saying? So that happened, I was doing retail, I was doing those retail conferences every year, man.
And that was a life changer for you. That was probably the major.
That was the plug, man. That was my secret plug, man. I was meeting the bosses right there. I was meeting all the bosses of every retail store, up and coming labels. I was meeting them. So the two compilations did great, man. We did real good. The store's doing good. Everybody knows the store. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows my cousin Trinity D. So we doing major stuff, man. So we sit back, me and Trinity, like, man, we making everybody else money, but we ain't got nothing of our own. You know what I'm saying? We need to create something of our own. So in 2000, 2001, we said, you know what? We need to create a group, man, or at least a couple of rappers. You know what I'm saying? And we might make it a group or whatever. So we end up. Everybody knew the store. We had a studio already at the store. Everybody was already coming to the store. So we just put it out there, like, yo, I think it was MySpace or something. I don't even know what it was. So we reached out to a bunch of DJs, and some DJs helped us out and brought us some artists in. But a lot of artists came to the store, like, what do y'all need? And they were like, what you need, George? I'm like, man, drop off a demo, bro. Let me just freestyle to you, man. I said, that's cool, but man, really just drop me a demo, because I just want to leave and just listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wanted to rap in front of me, and some people did, some people didn't, but I really just wanted to hear their raps on a CD or whatever. So I got to, that's where I met Tuck and Addiction and Lil Ronnie and Double T.
So you handpicked everybody.
Man, we handpicked everybody, bro, because we had like 30 people. We went from 30 to 17.
I was about to say, I remember DSR originally being so many people.
You had AWAX, Pico from the South Side. I mean, we had a volume 1 who had most of South Dallas DSR, and then we had a volume 2 which was more Lancaster and Pleasant Grove. So it's like we had volume 1 and volume 2. If you look at both of those albums, are different artists. You know what I'm saying? But it was still DSR. So we came with volume 3, Untamed Gorillas. It was a double CD. You open it up on the inside, you had 17 DSR members.
Damn. So when did y'all trim it down?
Man, volume 4. We like, look, man, we about to hit the road. We getting hot. People are starting to call booking shows already. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna buy a van. At the time I had a G-Wagon. I don't know what the hell I had. Then I had a G-Wagon. And I had just barely bought this van, because I've been wanting one so bad. I had just got it. I think I had it maybe 2 months. Man. I'm like, man, we gotta hit the road, bro. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sell the G-Wagon. And people looked at me like I was crazy. I sacrificed. I bought a fully loaded custom van, fit 8 people.
Damn.
I said, man, we gonna.
So you had to cut the team down.
I had to cut the team down, man. So, there was some feelings hurt, and I understand.
How did you even make that decision?
It was hard, bro.
Just star power, or who you thought was the stars?
Star power, people that wanted a little bit more harder than the other person. Because everybody wanted it, but I just had to figure out who wanted it more. Who had more of a look, who had more of an audience that was following them over this guy. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to everybody who was vibing with who wasn't vibing with who. So it was a hard decision, because all of them were my friends. Man, it was Wu-Tang, bro. Because I looked up to Wu-Tang. And everybody was calling us the Dallas Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? That's everybody like, bro, y'all the Wu-Tang of Dallas, bro. So because everybody had different personalities, different styles. So it's like, we made the decision. Of course, people were mad at me. I understand. Like I said, I'm cool with everybody still. Everybody, rest in peace. Hawata, you know what I'm saying? He was part of the clique too. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we made the group down to 6. So we made volume 4, volume 5, volume 6. Then we started making mixtape albums. We created the group in halves, like Street Sweepers here, volume 1 and 2. Then we did Automaton Latin by itself. We did the Goatee Rap by itself. We did Lil Ronnie by himself, Addiction by himself. So everybody started having solo albums, Fat B, Get in My Belly. So we started having all this stuff.
Man, that just really changed my high school, man. I gotta thank you while you here. Like, that was my high school soundtrack. Like, from from 2002 to 2006, tall tees.
Yeah,
like
man.
DSR was just a big part of the Dallas culture.
We trendsetted, man.
Yeah.
We trendsetted. People, and what's crazy is just like people laugh at that shit, but like, look, man, we started something and everybody followed, man.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to laugh about. It's something. It was our culture at the time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The tall tee stickers still on the shirt. You know, the hats with the tags still on them.
Yep.
The throwbacks. That was us, bro.
Yeah.
That was us. No matter what anyone says, that was DSR, bro. And like I said, man, I think we did a lot of stuff. And these days now, people don't understand that. People like, oh man, you know, that was back then. And
that's what I was gonna say, man. Why do you think, as far as like Dallas in particular versus other cities, we don't kind of preserve our legends?
Nah, man, Dallas is a bunch of haters. It's been like that since day one.
Is it?
I've always tried to get everybody together, and it's never worked out. Like Atlanta, they represent all the old rappers all the time.
OGs,
like they give up to the Jeezys, to the Ludacris's, you know, to the P.D. Pablos who had one album. They still give it up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Cause it's like
New York's the same way. You know,
Pookie and Lucci don't get the respect I feel like they deserve.
Nope. You know, those are legends. People forget about Pimpster.
Exactly.
People forget about Nemesis. OG
That's why
Ross.
when you brought up Nemesis, that was like I had to go back and do my research on that one. Like,
man, Fresh Rock Productions, man, out of Pleasant Grove, bro. They were they're like if you look at their little cassette tape, there's like 20 guys on that cover, man.
Yeah.
They recorded on Buckner at Mac Studios, man. Right there on Buckner, they had a song called "Carry Me Away," which was a big slow jam. It was big, man, and of course they had some hip hop tracks on there, but that "Carry Me Away" took off on the radio, man.
Yeah.
And there were, you know, a lot. You know, I went to school with Michael Sheffield, you know, who was one of the guys on that team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have a lot of legends in Dallas, but it's like we don't continue to tell our youngsters about them. We kind of just cut them off, like, okay, forget them, this is us now.
And that's part of the reason I'm doing this, man. Because I feel like it's so important for Dallas history, especially like we got another surge right now. Like everybody looking at us. But they gotta know the history, man. Like it's
everybody's looking.
I feel like DSR really kind of started that, because you gotta think the 2000s, that's kind of when the internet came out. Like MySpace, we was active, so the word was spreading a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause I went to a suburb school. I went to Grand Prairie. I'm originally from the Cliff, but I went to Grand Prairie High.
Okay.
So shit, our school was on DSR heavy. Like we damn near thought DSR was from our school or our hood, because the way, you know what I'm saying, it just felt a part of us. Yeah. And then the momentum got so big, and y'all got the record deal. Like what happened after the Universal? I remember that being like some of the biggest news. That
man, it was Dallas, the biggest news, but it was like the biggest bust for us, because we can't. It's like I tell every artist, man, timing is everything, bro.
Yeah.
And our time, I believe, was before that, or maybe even after that, but we came at a certain time when Universal was at a power struggle. Yeah. We got signed to Republic, and there was Universal split down the middle, Republic and Motown. Yeah. The Millionaire was at Motown, DSR was at Republic. So there was a power struggle. We're over here with Avery and Monty Littman. She over there with Sylvia Rome. Committee's over there with Sylvia Rome. So of course, when Sylvia Rome took over Universal, she a legend. She took over the whole marketing team. She took over the whole radio team. So they had everybody over there. Who was at Republic? Nobody. We didn't have no marketing directors. We didn't have no radio guys. So we over here just standing by ourselves, and Universal's like, George, just keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna help you out. Just keep doing what you're. I'm like, dude, I need some national guys, because I need our songs in LA. I need our songs in New York, Atlanta. We don't have them. We don't have to. Just give us some time. Give us 3-4 months.
Dang, so it's like, what really happened after that? Is that like kind of what you feel like that discouraged the guys? Or?
I think that discouraged the guys, because they were like, man, we should have just kept doing our thing independently, man. We know, we got caught up in this hype with this deal, and now we can't even get this machine to help us do nothing. So we still doing the DSR local thing. To us, it's the local compared to the big machine. So we're like, man, it was like a setup to fail. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like we signed a major deal, but we're not doing nothing major, because the major label we with couldn't do nothing. Because they didn't have a radio team, they didn't have a marketing team. You know, so basically it was just like, y'all keep doing y'all. So we're like, nah, man, we still doing us. Yeah. So people looking at us like, damn, why y'all ain't doing BET?
Yeah, they looking at y'all like that.
Why y'all ain't doing, you know, the Billboard Awards? Like, we there, but we weren't performing because we didn't have the team at Universal to get us on those shows. Yeah. See, when you're on a machine, man, they put you on BET, they put you on the Billboard magazine, they put you on all this stuff, man. So everything that we did, we actually did ourselves. Like The Source, we did it ourselves.
Nice.
You know, Fade, we did it ourselves. You know, Murder Dog Magazine, Ozone Magazine, we did all that ourselves because of relationships that we had.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So everything we did,
was no point of basically signing.
no point. Basically, we just took the money and ran with it. We dropped 2 albums, and that was it. You know
Purple Hook and what other album?
Well, Purple Hook came out with us, T-Town,
it did?
without
Okay.
Universal. No, the only thing that came out with Universal was Eat or Get 8 and The Absolute Truth.
Damn.
Tuck and Tum's album.
Purple Hook.
Purple Hook was Stay with T-Town.
And I was about to say, so a lot of these albums, I mean,
That was just
independently
us.
was just as big.
Just as big.
Or if
Man,
it's not
Southside
bigger.
of Realist killed any record on The Absolute Truth.
Yeah.
On Tuck's other album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tussle was re-put on
Huge.
The Absolute Truth with Slim Thug on it. But the original track is the one that took us to the next level. You Can't See Me, the TUCK. All these records came off of Southside of Realist before the deal.
Hot Boy Tucker's
Man.
huge record before the
Yeah.
deal. So yeah.
So people like, oh man, y'all got big because of Universal. Like, bro, we already had 40 albums, 40
what was the
mixtapes.
biggest record after Universal? Did y'all have like a Playing Skills beat or something like that? I can't
Playing
remember.
Skills beat was on the Universal record. That was we had what was that record? It was Playing Skills and Chamillionaire. I Know You Want That.
Yeah.
That was on The Absolute Truth. Our biggest record after that was Caprice Music, of course.
Okay.
Tum Tum. We released it
So
on
you
the
can sell some bread got put into that.
Oh,
record,
well,
yeah.
you know what? Not even really, bro. All the records we did it under $1,000.
Damn. Well,
Under
as far as
500
like
bucks.
that was a BET video. I remember
Yeah,
that, Caprice
but that
Music.
was on Relationship.
Oh, for real?
On a
Okay.
not on Universal.
Damn.
On a Relationship that I had.
Yeah, so it was no point of basically signing, basically.
No.
Was
Because
that a regret, you think, or?
no, it wasn't a
learning
regret.
process?
It was a learning process. It's,
Yeah.
you know, if you read up, man, all CEOs, we don't look at losses as a loss. We look at it as a lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a lesson in life. So my thing is, people can say what they want to say, man. It's just something that we had to go through. I had to go through.
Yeah.
I think DSR had to go through to make sure all the new rappers didn't go through it.
Yeah.
And so we took a hit, so everyone else can not take that hit or not take that bad experience.
Yeah.
So now these artists know what we shouldn't do, what we do. They see what we did good and they running with it, but whatever we did that didn't work out, they're like, okay, we can't do that, man, because it didn't work out for DSR.
Yeah.
So it's a learning process for everyone that we went through.
And when you look at it now, Post Malone signed the Republic, right?
Yeah. But he got a 360 deal through Republic. But see, Republic is different from 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Because we signed in 2005. Post Malone signed in 2016, 17. So it's completely different. You know what I'm saying? Than what it was back then. Now they have a full team.
Yeah.
So it's way crazy. Post is my boy. We'll be at Posty Fest November 2nd.
That's
Tuck
dope.
will be there. You know what I'm saying? Of course.
That's
But
dope.
I mean, we just still doing our thing, man. People are like, oh, what is DSR doing? Like, bro, everyone is still doing their thing.
Yeah.
Tom's got shows, Tuck's got shows, Fat B's got shows, Addiction, Lil Ronnie's got a new mixtape album coming out. He's got stuff going on. Double T, he's a producer. So like I said, man, all the artists, all 6 members, bro, they still doing their thing. From time to time, we'll have a DSR reunion of all 6 artists, or we'll do 3 of the artists on the DSR because everybody's schedule is different. Everybody getting money, you know what I'm saying? So people are like, oh, what are y'all doing lately, man? We're just doing shows, man. It's just like asking, Run DMC what they doing lately, or LL what they doing lately. We working, bro.
I still feel like people care, man. So I know, I feel like DSR out of most Texas artists is ones that people care about. I know, like I told people I was interviewing you, and some my friends was like, man, just tell them, bro, I was the biggest DSR fan, man. Like people from my generation really care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So it's like, man, like we really gotta uphold our legends, bro, and like realize, especially DSR, I think they changed the culture as far as sales, record sales, distribution, being independent.
Marketing, bro. Marketing was the key, bro. I think we marketed more than any other artist that I've seen in the South. You know what I'm saying? We did. My strongest point was marketing. Like every dollar we made went towards our marketing. We had a new poster every month. We had new flyers every month. We had a new mixtape every month. We had websites. I mean, multiple websites. We had a DSR website. We had a T-Town website, which sold our CDs online before iTunes. Man. You know what I'm saying? Tum Tum had his own website. Big Tuck had his own website. You know what I'm saying? We had street teams of 20 guys or more, and everybody had T-shirts. We had apparel. You know what what I'm saying? We had different apparel every month. You know, this is before the deal.
Yeah.
We had different apparels every month. There was a new DSR shirt, and we were picking up. We were recruiting new street teams. Like if you could pass out flyers, take pictures of it, send it to me, you got a free shirt. And then if you did enough work, we'd hire you. Nice, so we were hiring 20, 25 guys on a payroll every Friday. They got paid.
That's pretty dope.
You know what I'm saying? So we were doing stuff that all artists in Dallas should be doing. And I can't
think of too many other independent labels in Dallas, period, in the history of Dallas music that's been able to like duplicate that. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't fault them. What it is that I was doing, and I don't want to toot my own horn, I was doing more stuff. I was a DJ to start off with, so I knew music background, general. I didn't know I just didn't know just rap like most of these CEOs, most of these artists. They just know rap is all they know. Me, I was in general music. 2, I was a retailer. 3, I'm a speaker, bro. I'm not the rapper, but I'm a speaker. I like to network with people. So I'm representing with different radio stations, different DJs, different cultures. So I can get the Latinos and the blacks and the whites to mingle together and all listen to DSR. I can do that. These other labels, they concentrate on one market, the urban market. That's it. And see, I was the type of person, I'm getting the Latino market, I'm getting the college white kids, you know, I'm getting the hood Mexicans, I'm getting the Mexicans, I'm going through all this, you know, genres and mixing it all in with DSR.
I remember y'all attacking the market pretty hard, man.
We attacked every
Florida,
market,
like,
oh my God. We were at the Ozone, we were in Tallahassee with TJ's DJs conference, we were in Tampa, we were in Orlando, Pensacola, we were getting booked at Club 69 with Roy Jones Jr. He had a club down there, so he was on top of the world. So he was booking us to do shows in Pensacola and Fort Walton. So we doing shows out there, man, going through all over through Memphis. You know, we at the you know, we got recognized by the SEA Awards when it first started, like the first 6 years. We were getting recognized, man. They were out of Mississippi and Memphis and that whole area over there, but they were recognized in Dallas all day. Because we did so much stuff in Texas.
Really set the tone, man.
So we kept on bringing the attention to Dallas. So everyone else that was coming out of Dallas was getting hot. And that's what we wanted, bro. People, you know, it ain't like these days now. Right now, these days, everybody wants to be #1.
Exactly.
And at the time, we didn't even care, bro, because we were just doing shows, doing mixtapes, having fun, and making money. We didn't care about being #1.
And what you think the most you sold? Like, what's the most units you think you sold at that time? I remember on that
well, Purple Hulk sold the most.
Oh, was it?
That sold the most units out of everything.
I remember on United We Stand, you was like quoting I think that was you at the beginning of United We Stand.
Jim Jones, I think
you was talking about like the sales. You was talking about what you say? 9,300, 7,200. You was just naming out the numbers of the mixtape sales.
And that was 2002, 2003.
Yeah, that was.
Just imagine the numbers now, still selling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, those mixtapes are classics. People were downloading them on YouTube, Zip Drive. You know, what was that other free download website? People were just downloading stuff. I mean, every college kid had, what's that, a LimeWire back in the day?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just imagine all those people were just, you know, getting our music, man. So it's like millions and millions of streams, bro, that people were just wanting to hear DSR.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think we put something into the city, and my thing is, if you hot right now, man, you know, keep the light on Dallas and show everybody some love and respect, bro.
Yeah.
Just because you #1 right now, continue to show that love to everybody else, because there's gonna be a time that you're not #1 no more.
That's a fact.
You want your name relevant throughout the years. So what you do, you respect everybody who's coming up. Just like we respect everybody that came up after us. We respect that because we want people to respect us. So it's like I tell every artist now, like, look, man, y'all might be hot now, or you might not be hot. At the end of the day, stay humble, bro. Stay humble and keep respect to all of Dallas artists. See, a lot of people, they don't respect Dallas artists. They just respect their craft.
Exactly.
And when they talk about, you know, the music, they talk about themselves only and no other artists.
Yeah.
And that's not true. In the city, there's people who don't listen to DSR. There's people that listen to Yellow Beezy.
Yeah.
And only Yellow Beezy. There's people that listen to Mo 3 and only listen to Mo 3. There's people that listen to Trap Boy Freddy, you know, and listen to Mo or listen to Yellow. So there's audiences out there for everybody. C Strugs, you know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of great artists.
And none of the new guys done music with like a Tuck or
nah, man,
that's like, kind of crazy.
Hey,
even Travis Scott reached, you know,
Travis Scott reached out. We're working on something. We're working on something. Tuck's working on something with Post Malone now.
Yeah, see?
You know what I'm saying? We about to get something with Post Malone. So it's like, we ain't tripping, man. Like I said, if these new artists don't want to work with us, we not tripping,
we
bro.
Just got to uphold our legends. That's my main thing,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
Just respect what we did throughout the years. You gonna do you, cool. You know, my respect to you. You know, if you want to do something with us, we love to do something with all the new cats that are hot, man. We ain't tripping, bro. We ain't tripping.
Any shout outs, anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here, man?
Shout out to all the radio stations who showed us love, even the ones who didn't show us love. Shout out to all the DJs who showed us love and the ones who didn't show us love.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we still here. You know what I'm saying? 19 years later, DStar's still around. T-Town Music's 22 years later. Still, you know, a label to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? We still, me and Tum, you know, we just talked about this the other day. Me and Tum, we're going to drop a North to the South 3.
Ooh, wee.
3. You know what I'm saying? I dropped a 2 in 2009. That did well. We had, if you look at North to the South Volume 2, we had all the Dallas artists before they even blew up on that album. It did well. It did well. But North to the South 3, me and Tum are getting together right now. We're gonna put out some people. You know, Tum reached out to some artists here in Dallas that are doing their thing. All of them will be on it.
That's dope.
Of course, we're gonna call some Houston artists to get on it too. You know what I'm saying? Some Oklahoma, some Arkansas artists, in Louisiana. We're gonna just get a whole gumbo and mix it all up, put it out there, man, from the north to the south.
That's dope, man. We need that, man.
So it's gonna happen. Like I said, we still working out here. Just, you know, we just sit back. We letting everybody enjoy what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We letting everybody do what they do. We gonna just do what we do at our time. You know what I'm saying? When it comes, we gonna give you something nice.
Already. You
know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it, man. If you ain't follow me on Instagram, follow me at GLOPEZ214. That's my Instagram. That's my Twitter. That's my Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same. My email, you can email me at GLLOPEZ214@gmail.com. If you ain't been to my website, GeorgeLopezOnline.com. Check out the website. If you ain't seen my marketing company or been to our marketing company, that's Jin Music Group. That's JINmusicgroup.com. And it pretty much all the artists that are coming up that need a little help, you know, I'm here to help out, man.
That's what you're doing with the Jin Music Group.
Man, Jin Music Group. What we're doing, we branching out. We helping out a lot of independent artists who are just getting on for the first time, or if they've been on for a while and they still just need that extra help. We here, bro. I mean, I'm not that expensive, bro. I can help you, you know, get on radio. I can help you get on mixtapes. I can get you in retail. You know, I can get you to the events and get you some shows. So, you know, maybe I get some of these artists to do your podcast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Holler at me to get to him. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get to him, because I know he getting big and big every day. So, you know what I'm saying? Man. So, you know, whatever, we can all help out each other. You know what I'm saying? Network with each other. So, you can always hit me up. Like I said, I'm always on social media. You know, my number is easy, 214-444-6414. You can't forget that. That's 214-444-6414. I always answer my cell phone. I think those 2 phone calls I didn't answer was my mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? So I text them while we're doing this interview. But usually I answer my phone all the time. So just hit me up, man. And I'm here to work with everybody in the DFW and state of Texas. It don't matter, man. Outside of Texas. Like I said, much love to all the artists doing their thing right now. You know, like shit, no shots intended to nobody, man. I ain't got time for that. I'm too old for that. I respect everybody, man. I respect everybody's game. So, you know, good luck to everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay in my lane. So that's it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do my thing. Y'all keep doing y'all's thing. Keep repping the DFW.
Already, man. Signing out on the driver's seat.
All day.